Hi, Reba. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us today.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good, thanks. As you know, we're opening up enrollment into the association again, and we like to talk to current associates who've transitioned successfully, such as yourself. So again, thank you for your time. And
Ah, anytime.
yeah, perfect. And so what the first question I want to ask you is, you've transitioned successfully. Um, Maybe you can just start by introducing yourself and the position and company you transitioned into.
I'm Rebba Casteel. I work with Smith Nephew, and I'm an evidence evaluation specialist, which is basically a lot of regulatory writing.
Perfect. And this is a field that we see a lot of PhDs getting into now. I do appreciate your time here to talk about it. You're in this position now, and you're successful. You've made the jump. I want to rewind a little bit to before you transitioned, before you even joined the association. Maybe you can talk a little bit about the challenges you were facing in your job search before joining.
My challenges was I was getting interviews, but I was never getting past that initial interview stage. I was tanking just about every interview that I had, primarily because I wasn't able to translate my skill set to the job description that they were looking for. I
Mm.
was being way too technical and not emphasizing my transferable skills well at all.
And so these were even the initial phone screens that you were getting.
Yes.
And I think this is something a lot of PhDs struggle with, is realizing that there's something beyond their technical skills to talk about. So you were struggling to get past that phone screen stage, that initial kind of touch point with an employer. You joined the association because of this. Was there any sort of initial aha moments that you had after joining that helped you in your job search?
Yes, setting up a LinkedIn profile. I didn't have one of those prior to starting, which is how I actually got my current job.
Wow.
Was initially offered, contacted for it anyways. And just really being able to get past those interview questions. I've always been someone that's better with one-on-one conversations or doing video conference calls, and not being able to see someone's face and gauge how they were taking the answers to my questions was really hurting me. So the CSA material kind of gave me some standard format questions. This is kind of what they're expecting to get back, and that really helped me get past those initial phone screens.
So the materials in the association helped you create your LinkedIn profile, and you actually got contacted by the employer that hired you um,
Yeah.
when you followed those steps and strategies, and then also it helped you prepare for the interviews so that you could start getting through the interviews. In terms of the private group, obviously a big component is this kind of, we call it the pre-made job referral network. The associates themselves. How did the private group help you in terms of your job search?
They were just very supportive, and you got instant responses. You could ask a question or ask somebody to review a resume, or, hey, is this a good response to the question that I gave, and or the answer that I gave? And everybody was just like on the ball with it. You didn't have to wait a couple of days to get a response back. I mean, as soon as you posted a question, you almost immediately got an answer.
Mm. Yeah, and that's something that is not very accessible elsewhere, right? We have a lot of material online, a lot of things you can read, but getting that kind of personalized help, it's really important because there's so many different job types out there, and every PhD's background is unique. The last question I want to ask you is was there any concerns before joining the association? And if you had concerns, were those concerns, or how were those concerns alleviated after joining?
My biggest concern was the cost of it. If I giving that much money, was I going to get my return out of it? And within the first 10 minutes on your website, all of those questions were gone. It was absolutely worth it. The material there was spot on for what I needed.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Reba, very much for your time. I'm very excited for you and your new career, and we look forward to watching your continued career success.
Thank you.